Yes, people. It's Friday night. It's Friday rivals. It's the Northwest Derby. It's the biggest game in English football. It's the biggest rivalry in English football. Nothing else matters. This is the game. It's this shirt versus that shirt. It's a massive, massive game. I've got a couple of people with me this evening. I've got Jerry at Jerry United. How you doing, Jerry?
Yeah, so sweet, man. A bit getting more confident as the game draws closer, but yeah, then the reality kicks in. But let's see how it goes, man.
As you can tell by Jerry's shirt, he's supporting Liverpool. No, he's not. He's supporting Man United. I'm directly down the bottom. Looking fly is Tom Little. Tom, the Liverpool fan. Welcome, Tom. Welcome to the show.
Cheers. Thanks for having me on. Looking forward
How
to
are you
the game.
feeling about tomorrow?
Sunday, right? This
Touch
Sunday.
and go. Touch and go.
Touch and go. Oh, I don't know. We need to be confident, mate. We need to be confident. So I'll start with you, Jerry, as there's two of us and one of you until Bob's arrives. Taking into consideration your week as a Manchester United fan, 1W, 1L would have been a lot worse had you had 2 L's, and that did look likely until Atalanta collapsed tactically in midweek. Are you confident? Are you feeling more confident now? Do you think you can get something?
I was after that win because I know when we from the hype of the not last minute winner, but from calming down and assessing it, the performance in the first half was atrocious. But you got the W, we needed it, and then you see Liverpool, the opposition, where they're just winning and winning and winning, and then you hear Bruno's doubtful, which obviously a lot of fans think Ollie's telling lies. But if it's true that he's doubtful, and Fred, who we criticize a lot, but Fred's actually key to this Liverpool game with the intensity and the energy that he brings. I'm kind of up and down with it right now, but it's at home. The fans will be there this time, not like last year when you beat us 4-2. So I'm looking forward to the game, man. Like, I love the big game. This is what football's all about. Watching the big games, watch the best against the best. Obviously, we're not the best, but we've got good players. Ronaldo's back. You got Ronaldo versus Salah. We've got Mane versus Wan-Bissaka. It's gonna be fun, obviously for the neutral, but for us too, it's gonna be nervous. But I'm looking forward to the game, man.
So, Tom, you've seen Manchester United's highlights. Did you see the game?
I did. I watched the full game.
And you've seen the comments after the game. So let me ask you, Tom, are you Team Rio or Team Scholesy?
Skulls. Every day of the week.
He was spitting facts. Can't lie.
I don't get why Rio was trying to deny it. Atalanta, that game, that when I think they had two fit senior centre backs, and one of them had to go off at half time.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised they collapsed. You had a 19-year-old and a Middlesbrough reject at the heart of the defence, and in that first half, they were just getting schooled. And yes, they came back, but against bigger teams, like Skull said, they'll kill you off so you don't get the chance to come back. It should have been more than 2-0 to Atalanta. And if it is, they don't come back. If it was that weird 4-2-4 thing, I don't get what he was trying.
That formation's scary, man. It's so scary.
But,
hey, here's the man.
How you doing? Steve, you know what was happening again? Same thing that was happening last time.
Oh, well, thank God you made it, mate.
So, yeah. How you doing?
Here's our man, Bobby the Wandsy, bits and bobs. Go on, give us your intro.
Yeah, so what? It's your boy, Bits and Bobs. What's up, people? How you doing? Don Steve, how are you?
I popped the name up just for you, mate. Don Steve.
No, I saw that.
Yes, little man. What's up, man?
Yes.
See this?
No.
Yeah.
That's what Uncle Jerry's got?
That's
what we know.
Love it. Right, Jerry, same question to you. I think I know the answer. No, actually, I know you're going to say, so I'm going to come to you, Bobs.
Yeah.
Team Scholes or Team Rio?
Do you know what? Can I say something before I answer? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Ever since Rio's been with that girl Katie, okay, he's been coming out with some Bugazi statements, yeah. Come out with some Bugazi statement. I swear, look at his behaviour since he's been look at his behaviour since he's been with the woman. Fair play to him, but yeah, listen, Team Skulls. I think the difference in Rio, if you if you watch Rio's podcast, he says a completely different thing about Man United.
That's true.
So what it is, obviously he struck a partnership with Man United because his YouTube, his company are now broadcasting at Old Trafford. So obviously he doesn't want to ruin his contract, but Team Scolesy. It's the truth. Come on, man.
Jerry, you're Team Rio, aren't you?
Nah, but we just spoke about this. Like, I get why Rio was trying to back it, but when Scholes is speaking like he was speaking, you gotta sit up and listen because, like Tom said, if Liverpool go 2-0, 3-0 up at Old Trafford, it could be we're not coming back, and it could even be more. So
we're done out, bro.
Yeah, like I said, we're glad that we came back because we needed to get that W. But when you sit down and dissect it, the performance in the first half weren't good enough. Although we did have chances, to be fair, Rashford did miss a few.
But Jerry, we had chances, but we didn't take them, so it doesn't mean anything.
I know.
Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? Because people are saying, "Oh, we actually didn't play that bad," and I was arguing with Bocce from the Football Capital.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, 2-0 down at half time." I was like, "But you're 2-0 down at half time, yeah, but we were in control." I was like, "We missed chances. A clinical team put those chances away." Do you know what I mean? So yeah, sorry, Jerry, sorry.
Yeah. But see, when you say a clinical team, I know Rashford scored, but he's got to finish at least 2 of those chances, man. Why
is he not finishing all of them though?
But Jerry. See, this is why when I sometimes criticize some players, like people just go straight to the manager. Like Rashford's got like 3 1-on-1s and he's missed all of them. Like that's not the manager's fault.
How is that possible? What are you then? Do you know what I mean?
No, but his goal, he took it in composed finish. Is a bit strange, but yeah, I mean, Atalanta, they had their 2 shots and they took them, like you said, clinical. So that's football. So Sunday's going to be whoever takes their chances, and yeah, we'll see who comes on top, man.
So let's rewind back to in the week. Tuesday night, Liverpool go to the Wanda Metropolitan and do something that no team's done in 40 games. They do 2 things. They win against Atletico Madrid away, and they are the first team in Champions League to score 3 goals against the Diego Simeone side. Okay, so there's 2 things there. The Twitter universe and the media tried to make a big thing that the Atletico Madrid were always in the game. The reality is they were always going to be. It's their backyard. They do big things there. You can't beat them there. They're a tough nut to crack. So what we need to do now is put that result in a box, tie a ribbon around it, put it away, and forget about it. The 3 points are in the bag. We're 9 points in the league, in the Champions League group. We're 3 points away from winning the group. 12 points guarantees you win the group. Nobody ever loses the group if they get 12 points. We have a chance to put another 3 points past Atletico at Anfield. And if Porto get a result, Atletico is staring at elimination because they would have a big job to do. That could be the best thing for all of the English teams with regards to the Champions League, because irrespective of Liverpool's results in Spain, nobody wants to go and play Simeone. The shithousery that was performed in that game by the manager and the players was absolutely disgusting. You know, that Robertson spoke to Griezmann, and in the video clip, the Atletico player just steamrollers him out the way. Now, he's got a big mouth, and there'll be lots of people that say he's had that coming, but you can't referee a game and see things like that. So
I've just never seen on that real quick. I've never seen a team so well organised to surround the referee in loads of different ways whenever there's a decision. There's about 4 of them all around them, covering all angles, saying all different things.
That's Spanish teams for you.
Listen, lad. That's the culture. That's the culture. You know, I don't know how old you are, but I mean, Jerry, Steve, do you remember the Italians?
No,
do you know what I mean? And the coaches would say, you what you do. I never mind the Italians. I mean, the Chelsea team, the Carvalho, John Terry team.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Every decision, they're always around them. Like, if you can put pressure on the referee, you know.
You're right, Bob. And I've played and coached at a reasonable level, right? And we always had a player in our team that would ask the referee for everything. They'd be saying to the referee, "He can't do that, can he, ref? What about that, ref? You can't do that, ref. Can you, ref? Ref, is that okay? You're going to have that, ref." Yeah. You have to have that. Even at grassroots football, where they put floodlights up and 75 people turn up to watch it, you know, and paying players. That is the type of thing that goes on. This is just the bigger the standard, the bigger the game, the bigger the occasion, the more pressure there is, and the more they dig each other out, the more they dig the referee out. So, I'll guarantee you, at half time and at full time, Atletico Madrid will go into war with each other in the dressing room because
100%.
that's not what they do. So you're right, Tom. It was really poor the way they surrounded the referee, but unfortunately, it goes with the territory, and it worked because the referee bottled it and gave Atletico Madrid a penalty, but never was a penalty. And as Hussam has just said on the stream we just did with Jerry, what VAR did in the Champions League was prove how VAR should work on that particular game, because all three decisions were correct. It was a penalty for Liverpool. It wasn't a penalty for Atletico Madrid, and Griezmann can't turn into the Karate Kid and expect not to be sent off. You just can't go around booting people in the head, can you? Whether you mean it or not, that is a stonewall red card. So, great result for Liverpool. Another momentum builder. 20 games unbeaten in all competitions. That counts for a lot. The intensity's there. So we fast forward 24 hours. Liverpool fans and Manchester United fans tuned in to watch the game for different reasons. I tuned in because I was hoping to have a laugh. And within 20 minutes, Atalanta had given me exactly that. Quite what they did when they got to 2-0, I'll never know, because tactically they just disappeared completely from the game. They picked up a couple of injuries. Demiral went off. They brought on a 20-year-old centre midfielder to play at centre-back. And as we found out sometimes last season, that doesn't work. Fair play to United for digging in. The crowd got behind them. They created chances. They scored the goals. I thought they would win 4-2. Bobby, what impact does that have on the weekend's game? Any or none?
Do you know there was a stupid statement from Scott McTominay today. He says, "We always accept that we're underdogs," and I nearly crashed my car.
Wait,
I was
what?
like, "What?" He said that we've got the mentality of being underdogs. Sorry.
Oh my goodness gracious me!
Do you see what this Cardiff manager's doing to the players? So for me, do you know what I took from that? I'll be honest with you, nothing. I took nothing from it, Steve, because for me, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised we won. I'm not surprised we went a 4-2-4, gun ho, literally. Your attacking players against our attacking players. See who fancies it. It's not healthy. And do you know what? The scary part was that Atalanta were missing 6 first-team players.
Yeah.
6 first-team players. So for me, it's like this can't go on. We'll go back to the Scholesy thing, right? But it's like it can't happen. It can't go on. I just think going into the Liverpool game, to answer the question, it's going to be tough because, like Scholesy said, do that to Liverpool. You're not coming back. You're not coming back. Look, Salah's making world-class defenders look like schoolboys. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine Phil Mitchell left back and Booker T at right back? What Salah's going to do to them? Like, come on. I'm not looking forward to it, Steve. I'm not. They won. I mean, you can say they won. Okay, not to sound all negative. They won. Positive is there. We've came back. The character, the intensity, all that crap. Yeah. So what? They still played rubbish and they got away with it. For me, I don't think that does anything because, normally form doesn't really mean anything in this fixture, Steve. I've seen an informed Man United go to Anfield and get beat, informed Man United get beat at Old Trafford and vice versa. So I'm worried though. I'll conclude on that. I'm very worried.
So am I, Bob. I'm always worried in these games, and I think Tom and I spoke about this before we came on air. Form goes out the window. It's Manchester United, Liverpool. It is. Listen, Liverpool, Manchester City for me isn't a rivalry, and if I'm going to upset a few people, I don't really care. I don't think Manchester City are particularly relevant in terms of rivalry, so I don't see Manchester City as a rival. 18 months' time, if Chelsea is still doing what Chelsea are doing now, they will force their way into the conversation with some form of rivalry. But the East Lancs Road separates the 2 biggest and most successful teams in English football clubs' history. Between them, they've got well over 100 major trophies. This is where it's at. This is where the energy is. This is where the rivalry is. I don't think, and Tom, I'll come to you when I say this, I don't think Liverpool will be overawed by the occasion where they might have been 2 or 3 seasons ago, or 4 seasons ago, or even 10 years ago. This is a team of winners that have gotten over the line in both the Champions League and the Premier League. What difference does that make to the Liverpool side going into the game? Does that give them an edge?
You'd hope it does. You'd hope that we have the game sense and the sort of experience to pick apart. I think United will probably come out the gates early, try and really get an early goal, feed off the fans, and this is where I'd expect our experience, our nous to come in and just quiet them down. But it's United, Liverpool, crazy things happen in these games. We could be perfect for 89 minutes and lose 2-1 because that's how it works. I'd hope that he gets the team selection right, especially midfield, and we can just control the game and quiet them down because the chances are going to come. Victor Lindelof and Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka cannot hold out for 90 minutes against the best attack in the world. They'll have a couple good moments. You'll see Wan-Bissaka do a couple good slide tackles, and Gary Neville will probably be like, best one-on-one defender in the world. And then it goes over to Mo Salah, sits 2 of them down, slots it bottom corner, and then that's just what we can do. What we will do is a completely different kettle of fish because no one will look. Jordan Henderson will believe in the atmosphere and go on his marauding runs to nowhere and leave poor Trent out to dry.
Yeah, we just spoke about this, or I did at some depth, and ended up apologising to Jerry because I got on my high horse a little bit about the way that Trent is perceived. And it was you that said it to me, and it's very true. You can't have a world-class creator and a world-class fullback on the same pitch at the same time in the same man. You're one or the other. And Trent is our creative spark. He's not our right back. He's our creative spark. So we spoke about this in quite some detail, didn't we, Jerry? Or rather, I did. What are your thoughts on the midweek's game's impact on United? Do they go into the game at Liverpool thinking we're back's the wrong thing to say, but do they go into the game thinking actually things are not as bad as they're supposed to be? We're led to believe they are. Do they go into the game thinking, shit, we can't start like we did against Atalanta because Liverpool will be over the hill and gone by half time? How does that? This is the $1 million question. How does that affect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, considering in the 3 or 4 years he's been in charge of Manchester United, nothing seems to affect him enough to make him change the way he is?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
He even said in his presser today when he says he doesn't understand why the media keep painting out that we played bad in the first half. It was just that Atalanta were clinical, which I thought, what game was you watching?
Bro, I was picking out gravestones for the squad. Bro, do you understand? Tom, Listen, do you know what that means when you're picking out someone's gravestone? Listen, I was either a hammer or a shotgun. Do you know what I mean? Let me not lie to you.
Yeah, but with the win, I think we needed that win. And I know a lot of people say, if they lost, we would have come with more, impetus to win, and we'll have a lot point to prove. But we needed that win. I know a lot of fans wanted us to lose, which I found very strange. But to get the win and the manner we did, I think it gives us a bit of confidence heading to the Liverpool game because people, even I've said it that we won't come back, but I won't be surprised if Liverpool go 2-0 up. If we come back, I won't be surprised because we've done it. Obviously not to Liverpool, but like the City game a couple of years ago where they were going for the lead, they went 2-0 up, and second half we just turned it on and came back and won 3-2. So it's all about the defense for me. Attack, I don't really have much worries because I know we can score goals, but the defense with the Maguire and Luke Shaw, especially on Salah's side, worries me a lot. Wan-Bissaka, I'm not really worried about Wan-Bissaka defensively. It's just when he gets the ball, I get a bit nervous. So if Mane is running at him, I'll have no qualms about that. But it's Salah right now, man. He's on the form of his life. Like he said, he's making world-class defenders look like schoolboys, and we have Harry Maguire. So it's like, if we could keep Salah quiet, I think we'll be all right, man. Like, I look at the rest of your team. Your midfield don't really score goals. They hardly create. It's just Salah and Mane. Obviously, Firmino drops in, in that number 10 position or the fourth stand, wherever he's playing. But if we can keep Salah quiet, the main threat, and Rashford, hopefully he's fit. you know, the runs in behind. Obviously, Trent's going to try and create, which then leaves the space in behind. I think we'll be all right. I'm nervous, but I think we'll be all right, man.
I shouldn't, but I do love your optimism. I have to be honest with you, mate.
I have to have it, man. Somehow, some way.
Does the sun always out above your house every single day, mate? Do the clouds never come?
This is Liverpool, man. I can't be down in the dumps, man. Like we've said in the past, like we've been on top. You guys come to Old Trafford, you give us a tough game. We come to Anfield, you pull off a result. You're thinking how? So, as much as we're in the mud, but it's Liverpool coming at home, man. The fans are there. Old Trafford.
Jerry, I hear what you're saying, yeah. But I'm not just worried about Salah. Do you know who I'm worried about? Bobby Firmino. The reason I'm worried about him, right? He's back scoring again.
Yeah, it's hard to pick him up as well. He just floats and then. Boom.
Not even just that. Hard to pick him up, yeah. But listen. He's scoring goals now. He's got the twinkle in his eye. He's smiling more, and there's nothing more fearful than a confident centre forward or creative attacking player, whatever you want to call him. And he's got his two pals in sync with him right now, and he's very key. There's a reason why Klopp got him, and I'm worried about him more than Salah. Because look, when Salah gets the ball, we know what's going to happen. Okay, he's going to sit people down, like Tom said. You know, send people to Tesco's, Asda, whatever. Put him in the bottom corner, backs his top off, blah blah blah. But Bobby Firmino, both feet, either way, in, out, short, long. You know, is Lindelof up for that? Do you know what I mean? Like, is Harry Maguire even fully fit? You know, and Firmino's the type there. Firmino will drag you out.
Position,
and Lindelof is naive like that. You know, like, he's man, like, I hear your optimism, brother, literally. And don't get me wrong, come 6 o'clock, yeah, I want to be like, come on, talk to me nicely. But
trust me.
I just think that, you know, Mo Salah is not the only person, you know. And do you know what I'd love right now? I'd take a Park Ji-sung or a Darren Fletcher right now to man mark Firmino. Might sound crazy. It's happened in the past where we've had to do a job. Like Phil Neville's done it before, but we don't have that type of disciplined player, you know?
Yeah. Big up to Daz from Eyes on the Ball TV, coming with similar sentiments to you there, Bobby, with saying Firmino going to be a problem for sure. We need someone on him at times who calls and create chances all game. You know, this is McTominay, McFred, whatever you want to call it. We spoke about this before, Jerry, and I'll put it to the group now, and anyone pick this up. Whilst you're talking about Bobby Firmino from a creative aspect, and yes, Bob, you're quite right. We're seeing lots of those highly polished white teeth at the moment, mate, because he's enjoying himself. If you look at off the ball, when we don't have the ball, he's going to engage both of the guys who are playing in your double pivot. He's going to engage them for the whole game, because I've said this before. I've been saying it all week, and it's getting a bit sort of repetitive now. But if you talk to Jorginho or you talk to Rodri about who's the most difficult player to play against, both of those guys can't get into the game against Liverpool because he just doesn't allow it. And that's the reason why he picks himself for me in this game. So that said, listen, I'm going to come to the Man United boys. Who do you want to see? You're going to play with two in front of the back four because you've been playing with two in the back four forever, and Ollie hasn't got the balls to change it. So who's it going to be?
It's got to be Matic.
Who's he going to go with?
They say Fred's a doubt, which
that's just Ollie playing stupid.
I know, but if he is a doubt, I don't know. I think.
Listen, unless he was carried out in a stretcher and the man is playing, okay. I'm telling you right now. Listen,
I don't believe Ollie's anymore, man. He chats rubbish.
Bro, we saw Harry Maguire out for 2.5 weeks, fam. Yeah.
There you go.
Man trained for 1 day on the grass.
He jogged on the grass and he was.
Do you know what I'm saying? Man basically said, "Is it studs or moldies today, lads?" Do you know what I mean? do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So, listen, for me, Jerry, I think if we're looking at balance, I think people might not agree with me here, but I honestly, God, think it's Fred and Matic or Fred or Pogba.
Please.
So hear me out. Why? Hear me out. Why? Right? Hear me out. Why?
That's
We need legs around Matic,
yeah.
and Matic actually passes the ball forward. And Fred's combative, but Matic is the only DM, only
Yeah.
in the club, and only us are the only ones who have a player but don't use it. Common sense isn't common. And do you know? I don't know. Even with that, I mean, look, I don't think we have the right combination. Who I want to see. Do you know what, Steve? Do you know who I want to see? I want to see Thiago in a Man United jersey. If that could happen, we'll take that.
No, but when we decided to try and sign Gabriel Heinze, and Manchester United said, you're not signing for Liverpool, and he took it to a sports arbitration, and they said, well, that technically they are employers, so you have to do what they said. We ain't selling you Thiago, mate.
I'll take him. But for me, you see the double pivot, I'm going but McFred's gonna play if both fit. But for me, I'll stick Pogba and Fred. I think that's got, you've got the legs in there, and then you've got the creativity.
Yeah, but then you're asking. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was gonna say that as well, but then,
Pogba's
I
not going to
love
stay back all
Pogba. I
game.
love Pogba, right? But
I know he doesn't have the concentration levels to,
not even that. I just, if I'm honest, like, you need to play your players. Like, do you know? When I was younger, they'd say to you, "Where do you want to play?" And then the next question is, "Where are you most effective?"
Yeah.
And then it's potentially a different position.
Different answer, yeah.
Do you know? And no, I love Pogba. Listen, I'll argue with people with Pogba, but he's a bit of a liability in the middle of the park right now.
Yeah, I've said this.
I hate myself saying it, but it's true. We
I
can't be
don't
blind to it,
Don't have agendas like certain people say it as it is, because
do you know
people
what I mean? And he's my guy as well,
he is,
let me
but
lie to you.
it's true. His defensive awareness is a problem for us, and especially if Liverpool are going to press like they do, he's most likely to get caught out. When he carries on the ball. But for me, I'll take the risk because they're going to have a high line, and he can play that pass. We've seen it many times for Rashford to run onto. So for me, I mean, it's Liverpool, man. Pogba's got to play in these big games, and I know it's a risk, but I'm willing to take it. So for me, I go Pogba, Fred, and then obviously Bruno in the 10. I think
I'll take either of the combinations you've just given me because Matic has got no legs. Matic and who was it you said? Fred, or was it Fred or Tomine? Fred are not press resistant at all.
No,
because he's got no legs. Matic can't buy himself the yard or two to get away from somebody to release the ball. The QE2 turns quicker than Matic does at the moment, mate, and that's saying something. So, your midfield is going to be a problem. I think Tom would agree. The biggest concern for Liverpool are your options in the final third because they are great. They've got some really good options there.
True.
Rashford's the one I think is probably doubtful because he came off injured in midweek. Yeah. He's also your biggest threat against Liverpool because of the way he runs in behind, and he's proven it time and time again against Liverpool.
Yeah, but what Solskjaer does?
Needs to have a big game.
Played him for a full year when he's injured. Like Solskjaer runs Rashford into the ground. If I was a United fan, I'd be worried about that because his career's going to be over 30.
Like 2 years he's been doing
Tom, literally, like, I can't lie to you, Tom. Like, let me not lie to you, Tom. He's saying that, he's robust and stuff. I'm like, bro, like, do you know what annoys me? He tries to always emulate Fergie, and he acts like Fergie didn't rotate. Fergie used to rotate every week. Do you know what I mean? And for me, it's just like, has Rashford done enough to even warrant a start? I don't think so.
I missed him.
Could you not play him?
Steve? No.
Could you find a way to not play him?
Yeah. I don't think he should start, personally.
So you go.
Whoa!
Three.
Hear me out. Let me elaborate. Right. When you pick your team, Steve, first thing you ask yourself, how many fit players do I have? Who's fit? Then, if you can compose an 11 out of that, then you look at your star players or your quality players, right? Then you've got to ask yourself, is he fit? Can he manage 90 minutes, the first 60 minutes? I don't think he can. I don't think they're fit. Like, you to be as an elite performer, okay, to get back to elite level, you need proper recovery, then you need proper breaking in time. And we have got history of rushing players back. Harry Maguire got rushed back. Scott McTominay got rushed back. Rashford got rushed back. Do you know? I mean,
but did he get rushed back? I think he's fit now. I don't think he got
he
rushed
didn't
back.
look fit when he came off, bro. He didn't look.
Oh, but that's a dead leg. I don't think that's to do with fitness. I think he's fine. It's just a dead leg. He can run that off. And for me, the fact that we have Oli in charge, he has to play. Like if it was another manager, I'll be fine with Rashford being dropped because I know that manager can, tactically form a team where we can go another option. But with Oli, Rashford has to play, which is obviously kind of detriment to him and his career. But in Oli's team, Rashford, if fit, has to play against Liverpool. He has to, man. He's got history against them. The runs in behind is going to be our most dangerous weapon because they're going to play a high line. And Rashford, you saw his goal in midweek. As soon as Bruno was about to receive the ball, he's gone straight away. Bruno one pass and he's through one-on-one.
Were you confident he was going to score that though?
I was to be fair, especially that angle. I was thinking, no.
Okay. That angle.
When
he
he's
backs
that
out there
angle,
because of angle.
when it's central, I don't know if he's got, but that angle, yeah, I knew he was going to finesse that in bottom corner. But listen, I love
Thierry Henry videos. Just been watching Thierry Henry videos, scoring goals like that, passing them into the far back bottom corner.
Yeah.
So you see that comment now?
Yeah.
See that, right? I'm old school. I don't really care about stats personally. I watched the game. He was dropping deep to get the ball. So, I watched the game. And for me, it's like, what does it matter? We got beat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but Matic is an actual CDM. I've said to you, Matic plays the ball forward. Listen, we know what Matic does. Takes a couple of touches on the sole of his left foot, looks to get that yard, go forward, pass forward. We know what he does. Pogba is dropping deep to get on the ball. That's what happens when you want to get on the ball. We can't act like what's it called? That he's not like getting all the stats and stuff. I hate when I see stats because I'm just like, oh, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I just want to say that.
Have you finished?
Yeah, no, because do you know what it was? It's like see when like fair play to the guy, no disrespect to the guy. It's just like when they try and hit you with like stats and stuff, I'm like, just watch the game, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the eye test. Oh, shut up, Meredith.
The thing is, the best Pogba is the Pogba that played at Juve because he had Claudio Marchisio, Andre Pirlo, and Sami Khedira sat behind him, and all three of those players just said to him, "Go away. Go away. We don't want you here. You're actually getting in the way. Go and do your thing. Go and be an enigma. Go and do what Paul Pogba does because we can't do what you could do. You go and do it. It's fine." You don't have that at Manchester United. And if you're ever going to get the best out of Paul Pogba, whether he stays or whether he leaves, that's the environment you've got to try and create. I'll go as far as to say if you lose at the weekend and Oli goes and he brings Zidane in, don't expect Zidane to come up with a solution to your midfield problem because it's nothing to do with the manager in that regard. It's to do with the bodies in the club. It's to do with the squad, the players who are available within the club. Zidane will not turn McFred into a double pivot overnight. Zidane will never be able to turn McFred into a double pivot.
They won't even play, to be honest.
He won't. Listen, right, I'm going to, at the risk of upsetting you, Bobby, I'm going to say it anyway. Donny van der Beek isn't the answer to your double pivot either. The answer to your defensive problem lies outside of your football club. And we'll probably take 2 transfer windows to find out what you need and get them in place anyway.
And then where are we there? Where are we there? 4 years trying to build a team.
Well, this is it. This is it because you got Pogba who's probably going to leave. I think all things being equal. Yeah, you've got Matic that's coming to the end of the road. We've been saying that for 2 years. You've got McFred, and you've got Van der Beek. Of that midfield, of the people that I've just said to you, the only one that you would keep in your side going forward and you'd build a team around is Paul Pogba, and the man wants to leave.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, we sold him a dream. Listen, we told him he was coming for steak, mate. You know what I mean? We even asked him what he wanted, medium or well done, and he's got flipping a cheap kebab. Do you know what I mean? It's not even a well cooked one. The thing about Man United, right, is that if you look at the buys, we've bought good players, but like it's like, why have we bought him? Why did we buy Donny van de Beek? We can go into that, but I'm not gonna waste the breath on Donny at the moment. And that's no disrespect to him, but he's not playing, so I don't really. He can't do anything. He's not going to get a game. Donny's not the answer. You know, if we were a possession, if we were like Liverpool, dominates possession, Man City, then you can afford to play Donny in there because he retains possession. But we don't do that. So you could have got Neves for 30 million. Does Neves solve the problem? I don't know.
No.
People are saying Declan Rice. Does Declan Rice solve the problem? You know, I don't know. I just feel every player we've brought in here has started slow and hasn't looked convincing. 100%. 100%. And Jerry, just your face right now is how I feel, bro. Tired. Do you know what I mean? Like, this club, man. Seriously, bro. Look what they're doing to us.
Yeah, but I just try to look at the positives in life, man. Like, I get the last couple games been dead, but it can all change very quickly. And I know we'll be back to being inconsistent, but we beat Liverpool. We're only 1 point behind the mighty Reds. So, like, it is what it is, man.
I'll caveat that. I'll play DA on that.
Yeah.
With 29 games left of the season to go.
I know, but
nobody wins the title at the weekend, mate.
We can only take it one game at a time.
But it won't be the Liverpool game that you will turn up for Liverpool because you always do. You know, see Tom smiling there. Just like we always turn up for the Man United games. It's your Aston Villa away and your Wolves at home will be the games when
this period we've got the big games. That's why, not that I'm confident, but it can not change our season. But like, say we beat Liverpool, then we've got Spurs next week and then City. If obviously we might win all games, we might not. But if we do win all three of those, does it send out a statement? Maybe, maybe not. But our league form and then the table.
So before we move on and talk a bit more about the game itself, I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that one a little bit. You've just named 3 games: Liverpool, Spurs, and Manchester City, right? Yeah. What if you lose to Liverpool, draw with Spurs, and lose to Manchester City, and the teams above you carry on winning? Like Liverpool win all 3 games.
It can happen.
Suddenly, you'd be 13 points behind Liverpool, and we're not even out of November.
Yep. That's true.
P45, mate. P45.
It can go both ways. That's why I'm just waiting to see what happens because it's
P45 either way. He's got to get his P45 either way.
We'll see, man. We'll see what happens.
Listen. But do you know the funny thing is on previous history, Ollie wins all 3 games.
This is what I'm saying. It won't be a shock. It will not be a shock if he does. So
and you know, some of us Man United fans are very shameless.
Of course,
very shameless, and but some of us are realist. You know, Man United beat Liverpool because Liverpool will be their own worst enemies. If Liverpool can't create, if it's not going wide, if Salah can't get into the game, it's not going to be that Man United were unbelievable. I can't see that. I think Liverpool make mistakes for us to get in. That's what I think.
Yeah, but that's like us though. When we concede, it's literally our mistakes, bro.
They're not mistakes, They're not mistakes. They're not mistakes.
Nah, they are
every week. Mistakes at that level don't happen every week.
It does to us. I watch us every week. Literally every goal we concede.
They're not mistakes. They are playing to your. That's the capability of your back four. They're not mistakes, man. That's the other side of it. They're not mistakes.
Maguire, look, what the hell was that weekend?
Maguire,
Maguire does 3 of that every game.
That's just what I'm saying.
3 of that every game.
Every time.
I don't understand how Harry Maguire is even a professional footballer. Never mind an £80 million centre back, right? Who's captain of Manchester United. He doesn't see danger. The goal, Daka's goal, the 4th goal that Leicester scored.
Oh my God!
Absolute embarrassment. That is a joke.
Statue, just standing there. I don't know, man.
And if the lad doesn't score with a header midweek, he gets a penalty because Maguire's gone in.
He can. That's a mistake. What's he doing?
Do you know, Steve? Like, do you know if Maguire was a 20-year-old centre back, you could be like, do you know what? He's got time.
Mature.
Do you know what I mean? He'll iron out the mistakes. We've got players in their prime now making schoolboy error mistakes, and it's not being. You could say it's not being coached out of them. It's not being ironed out. It's listen, a fullback, for example, right, centre back's got the ball right now, right back and left back have shot right up, playing high. What are you doing? Who's the centre back got to pass to, right? So if they keep doing that, that's mistakes. But if you see that as a coach, manager, whatever, Tom, Dick, and Mohammed, I don't care who you are, if you can tell your players, don't do that, the next game, they don't do it, okay, now we're actually coaching out the mistakes now, we're ironing things out. But with Manchester United, and I hate to say it, we're making the same mistakes every game. And it kind of makes you think Monday morning, Tuesday morning when the analysis are doing,
What they doing?
what are they doing?
I don't know, man.
You're not playing Snap or something, like Cluedo or whatever, or Uno or something, because you're not watching the mistakes. Like Wan-Bissaka, I don't know why someone hasn't just told him, like, bro, look across, open your body. Do you know what I mean? Oh, by the way, look behind you. Do you know what I mean? And see all these things, Jerry, Tom, Steve. This is why I'm worried about Liverpool, because they smell blood and they'll play on it. Simple as that. And we'll give you possession. We know that. Let's be honest. We'll concede possession. So, yeah, just don't speak to me, come 6
Right,
o'clock.
so Tom, give me a Liverpool team for tomorrow, and I'll get the Man United team from the boys.
Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robbo, Fabinho, Hendo, if he decides he'll actually sit back and help cover Trent. I wouldn't start Jones. I'd probably start Keita and bring Jones on. And then Salah, Mane, Firmino.
That's the exact team I mentioned on Jerry's stream before. And the Henderson thing is huge because his injury was a shocker. His injury was a really bad one at the end of the season. I think he's looking for both form and fitness at the moment. And I think he's almost got to be shackled
to
the
back to basics.
He's got to be shackled
back to the basics.
The combat
because
zone.
he bombs on too much, and then he bombs on too far, and then we know Trent isn't the best defensively. Rashford knows how to get at Trent, but we need Trent up the pitch, so we need to leave that space. So it has to get to the point where Henderson, the 31-year-old captain, the experienced pro, goes, "Go on, Trent, you go up. I'll sit back and cover. If I've got to, I'll take him out. But we just need someone to sweep up so no one can get there."
100%.
But you see Jordan Henderson at times against Atletico Madrid at like 3-2. And he stood by the corner flag asking for the ball to cross it in. I can't remember the last good Jordan Henderson cross that wasn't Brentford. And even that was a bit lucky. He's got such a weird technique for crosses that it doesn't work, but he still tries it. Like, Henderson is very good. He's very important to our team. But it's almost like he's trying to be someone he isn't.
Correct.
He's trying to do stuff that he can't
Tom,
do.
do you think that's down to wanting to play now? He feels like he has to do more because of the calibre you have in your midfield now?
I think it's the new contract. I think he's trying to show that he earned that new contract and he wasn't given it because he's the captain. He wants to prove, no, this is why I'm here for another 4 years. But
there was a bit of sentiment to that contract, though.
Mm-hmm. You know, the best thing he can do is go back to basics and just do a job. We've got Keita there. I guarantee you, if Jordan Henderson's bombing on, you'll be seeing Naby Keita, one of our most creative midfielders, our highest scoring midfielder this season, playing as a defensive midfielder alongside Fabinho. Because Jordan Henderson's down the right wing or attacking midfield. But when he gets the ball in them positions, I'd accept it if he got the ball and then drove on and created something. But he gets the ball, stands on it, goes, "I'm class, me. Look at that control. Let me pass it backwards." And then they get back into shape, and then there's no point in you being there anymore.
Well said, Tom. Well said. Going to ask Manchester United boys a question each. Before I do, big up Latimus Prime who's in the chat. Good evening, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Bobs, in your opinion, who's better defensively?
I think it's a tie.
Arnold or Jordan Henderson?
I think it's a tie. They both lose, to be honest. No, I think defensively, I think Henderson.
Okay, leave that there.
Yeah,
that's fine. Jerry, who's better defensively, Trent Alexander-Arnold or Joel Matip?
Joe Matip, obviously.
Right. Okay. So what you've basically done there is answered the question. So the two players that you've just mentioned, their task when Henderson goes is to fill in the space that he's vacated, and do nothing else but fill in that space he's vacated. And then when they get thinking about it, to go back to filling in that space he's vacated. That's the key to our system. And Henderson's been getting advanced to the ball and getting caught on the wrong side. And there's a run into space in behind us. And my worry and Tom's worry, I'm sure Tom would agree, is that Rashford is probably the perfect person to capitalise on that.
To exploit that, yeah.
Because he's so quick and he's an intelligent runner. So, right. Jerry, pick me your back four, your keeper, and one of your holding midfielders, and then Bob's, you finish the team.
Yeah, back five picks yourself. Bahir in net, Ambasaka, Lindelof and Maguire, Luke Shaw. And then I don't know if Fred's gonna play, but if he's fit, he's definitely playing. So I'll go Fred.
Bobs, would you play Maguire or would you play someone else? Is Bailly fit?
He's been fit.
Bailly's been fit. I mean, I really, that's what really bothered me actually. It was like he's going to lose the team. I think. Look, he's going to play Harry Maguire. He's bought him for 85. He's going to die on his sword of Harry Maguire. So Harry Maguire is definitely going to play, especially with his goal at the week a couple of days ago.
Okay. Go on, finish the team then. So one holding midfielder and then the front. What happens up front?
Jerry, who did you put in? Did you put Fred?
Fred.
Yeah.
I honestly God think he's going to play Scott McTominay.
No.
Honest to God. Scott
he doesn't do anything. He's just a body.
Listen. It's Ollie. I think that's what's going to happen.
You know what with Scott McTominay? Sorry, dive in. I saw something today. The way he plays when you have the ball in defence, it reminds me of when Jordan Henderson first joined Liverpool. And you see him at the pivot.
You're being generous, Tom. I think you're being generous.
You see him at the pivot, and you want him to get the ball, and he moves around great, but he always moves around behind the striker, so you can't actually pass it to him.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
And then it goes to the other centre back. Maybe that's a better angle. Striker moves over, McTominay moves over, and it's still blocked off. There's no attempt to find a yard of space here or there and create from his own position. He just sort of likes to be man-marked out of the game.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to receive the ball and make the mistake that costs them. He's more happy to just, the pass couldn't get made to me. I was marked. What can I do? It's his fault anyway because he lost the ball.
Yeah,
But see, Usman, why does he not though? When we're chasing a goal, he brings him on.
He's
listen,
playing.
we've got to look at the manager's logic here.
Yeah,
we're needing a goal, he brings him on. When we lose a game, he starts. We rushed him back from injury. When he goes, we need more legs in there. Like literally, we need more legs in here. Like, he plays. So we've got to look at the logic, and that's what he's going to pick. And who was the other position you want me to pick?
Front three. Or Bruno. I'm guessing Bruno.
I think.
About four.
I think. Ronaldo's playing. That's obvious. And then he's got to play Rashford. He's going to play Rashford. And I think wide right, I think he plays Sancho. Because I think Greenwood, I think I can see Robbo just taking Greenwood for a walk.
Yeah.
You know those ones when they go, just cheat, he'll follow you. I think Robbo will just take the mick out of him. So I think. So yeah. Oh man, I hate this team so much. Like, literally, I hate this team so much.
So Tom, I'm going to give my answer to this question in a minute. Manchester United team you've heard from the boys. Both of them feel that Ronaldo should play through the middle. Which one represents the bigger threat to Liverpool? Ronaldo from the start or Edinson Cavani?
Edinson Cavani.
100%.
Because Edinson, the thing with Ronaldo, he's a luxury player. He'll get you goals, but up against a possession team, he's just going to let the centre backs do what they want. and create attacks from the back. And when we've got Van Dijk who does that 5-6 times a game, you can't allow that. Cavani will press, Cavani will run, and Cavani's movement to drop deep as well. You can bring a centre back with him, which I don't think Ronaldo wants. He can do it, but he doesn't want to do it because he wants to get in the box for the cross. Cavani's more happy to go, I'm bringing the centre back with me, so he's got to come over. He's got to come over. The space around the back, you get in there. So,
thanks.
If I see Ronaldo, I'm going to be worried because he can get a goal from nothing. If I see Cavani, I'm going to be worried because we're going to struggle to create as many chances because balls are going to be getting cut out.
So here's my thinking, right? Cristiano Ronaldo is so good a player that he's got the opportunity to turn a game all by himself, right? Because he's so good a player. But the last part of my sentence was all by himself. Cristiano Ronaldo, for me, has always played football for Cristiano Ronaldo. He's hell-bent on a singular mission to be the number one goal scorer in every single competition since football records began. And he's on the way to doing it. And I can't knock him. I can't fault him. The guy's been an absolute colossus. For me, he's in the top 4 players the world's ever seen in football history. And that's quite an accolade to get into that top 4. Cavani is more of a team player. Cavani will bring other people into the team. Cavani is more likely to do something to release a Rashford, to release a Sancho, to release a Greenwood, rather than what Ronaldo would do. Bruno carries a lot of the creative weight when Ronaldo's in the side for me. Because Ronaldo's now 36 years old. Ronaldo wants to keep himself in positions to score goals, to continue to build a legacy. Whereas Cavani just wants to run his blood to water for the team. So my opinion is the same as yours, Tom. And when I said this on Jerry's stream, and Usman said Hussam said exactly the same thing, Jerry was quite shocked that 2 Liverpool fans thought that Cavani would present more problems than Ronaldo.
It's not that he wouldn't. It's not that he'd be a bigger goal threat by himself. It's that Rashford then becomes a bigger goal threat, and Greenwood becomes a bigger goal threat, and Bruno becomes a bigger goal threat, because honestly, if there's young people out there who want to watch strikers' movement, Cavani's one of the best. He just does so many little things that you don't notice, but they create chances and they create goals, and he never gets the praise for it. He just creates a little half space, and we know how good certain United players can be at exploiting them half spaces. Ronaldo doesn't do that. Ronaldo's great for, we've got our backs against the wall, but we know we can get a couple of half chances. If we can get them falling to Ronaldo, the goals. I don't think the same happens with Cavani, but Cavani creates full chances for other players to score.
Correct. So such is Ronaldo's influence. Here's something I read. Whether it's true or not, it's believable, and it really tells you a lot about Cristiano Ronaldo. When Ronaldo's in the team, I think the team play for Ronaldo to try to create positions for Ronaldo. And why not? He's so good. But when Ronaldo joined the club and went to pre-game hotel, he didn't order a suite, and none of the players ordered a suite when they sat down for a meal, because Cristiano Ronaldo didn't have a suite. That's what I read. How true it is or not.
It was a dessert.
Such is his influence on the team. If he's not having a suite, look at the way he keeps himself. He's a top player. I'm not having one. How deep does that run into the football club, Jerry?
Yeah, it's Ronaldo, isn't it? Like, he's one of the, if not the greatest player to ever play the game. But just going back on your Cavani shout, for me, I prefer Cavani to come off the bench, because that then causes more problems. If Ronaldo comes off the bench,
he's more static.
Yeah, he like was it the Everton game when he came on? I think we kind of lost our way a bit, and I was actually pissed that Cavani came off the pitch, because I thought he was doing well. But when Cavani comes on, that's another problem you've got to deal with. And if Oli drops Ronaldo, that's just more negative, pressure in him, because if the team news comes out, Ronaldo's not starting, that's headlines in the biggest game.
Started already.
Exactly.
So Twitter fingers are twittering.
So for me, he has to play from the start, and then Cavani coming on, just there's a whole new dimension with his runs, and that's what another box in the body where we probably cross more, get more bodies in the box. So, but Ronaldo's influence is inevitable, man. Like, his training at 36 to still do what he does is actually mad. So You can see it coming as soon as he signed that. You know, a lot of players are just going to look to him and say, like you saw in midweek, it was inevitable that he's going to score the winner. Like,
Bro, did you see the movement for it though?
Yeah, and the leap was just brilliant.
She should be doing those things. But I think Jerry, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you, Jerry. Yeah, I agree with you. Do you know what's funny, isn't it? Like, you know, like I always go back because I always say Ollie always goes back to the Fergie days, blah blah blah. But Fergie had 4 different kinds of strikers.
Yeah.
You know, and like Ollie, Teddy Sheringham didn't have any pace at all. Any pace at all. But they were smart. Teddy, especially Teddy. I think Ronaldo is a complete problem for your team, for the club, the way you play. You can see it in a positive way. If you create loads of chances, like Man City does, Ronaldo hits 30 goals this season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident in that. I just think that now you've got him, your problem is that you can't not play him.
Yeah.
You lose, you should have started Ronaldo.
Yeah, it's just headlines every
you
time.
You win, it's because Ronaldo. You know,
yeah.
It's a massive problem, and you're seeing all the managers come out as people's clubs saying that we had to let him go, Listen, you know, like Steve said and you said, he's one of, if not one of the best players to ever play. For him right now, I dare say it's all about stats. It's all about getting the numbers up now.
That's it.
You know, if he can get 20 plus goals this season, even if we don't win anything, listen, his legacy still lives on. You know, he still came back to Premier League and still doing it. I think the thing about Ronaldo is, you know, listen, it's like building a team is like a jigsaw puzzle, right? You know what you want, you know what it looks like. It's just putting the pieces together. But we've got such a massive mix match. It's like we've went to a car boot sale, and then we've went, let's go home, we'll stick it with glue and hope for the best. That's what it's like. And, you know, with Ronaldo, you need legs around him. He needs energy. But we've got Rashford who likes to cut in and shoot. Greenwood likes to cut in and shoot. Their initial thought is not to feed Ronaldo. Their initial shot is to shoot and get a goal, you know. I don't want to go on too long on that, but, you know, man, it affects the play so much. You have to play 2 strengths. And Steve, you're right. We have to play through him. So you might as well play 2 strikers. You might as well start him in Cavani and drop Bruno deeper. You know?
I'd be more worried if Cavani started.
Like, I think Ronaldo's influence on this team, I may be speculating, but like Ronaldo, we all know Ronaldo doesn't press very well. He does it in very, very short increments. But sort of like the body language as well. He throws his hands up. You're now seeing Bruno Fernandes do it when something goes wrong. Rashford, Sancho. That wasn't happening last season. Last season it was, fuck's sake, let's get on with it again. This season it's arms in the air, flailing around. It's like he's influencing too much. You want to influence how they play, not how they act, not their demeanour, because...
No, but it raises expectation because with him there, it's like we should be winning before, but it's like we should be winning. Why are we not winning? And it's like he's come here to win. He's not come here for.
You know what, Jerry? I'm gonna pick you up on that. Right? I spent many years as a Liverpool fan in the 90s and the early 2000s, thinking we can get this back. We sat at the top of the tree and we won everything, and we are Liverpool. And people kept saying to me, "What are you saying we are Liverpool for? Because you're not. You're falling from your perch. Yeah. You've got to earn the right to come back to me and say we're Liverpool." And Manchester United not in the same position. Do you not have
but the difference is our team is well suited now. It's just the manager that's pulling us down.
Is it well suited? Is it well suited?
But we've got a good team. Liverpool's team weren't really like you couldn't expect them to challenge for leagues back then because.
Okay, Jerry, can I ask you a question then? I'm just coming to my head. The players we've signed, does another manager sign those players? I don't think so.
The Ronaldo signing, no. But Varane, yeah, I think they do. And Sancho, anyone will sign Sancho.
No, they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't. I don't think so, Jerry.
No,
I
Sancho,
honest to God don't think so.
Nah.
I don't want the people.
Sancho's the one that doesn't really fit, considering what you needed.
It doesn't make
You needed a
sense.
specialist number 6, and you went to spend 73
no, but
million pounds.
let's not pretend we didn't need attacking.
No, but see, Steve, do you remember we spoke about this? Do you remember we spoke about this? I think it was on Coffee Mechanism, or it must have been the WhatsApp. And I said to you, I'm not sure about the Sancho thing, because I was like, I don't know if people watch him, but the way he plays and the way we play, it's not compatible, and he needs a fullback that can play football. And Booker T wrestles, or he's sliding on the ground, breakdancing, right? And I said it, and like I remember, was it Beats that said to me like, "Nah, he'll come good, And I said, I think he'll struggle because of the way we play.
Everyone's gonna struggle. Who should we have got as a winger?
No. But see, that's the question, right? Who we should have got, and I don't have an answer to that question. But what my answer is that who can play the way we want to play, because Sancho's not pacey. Sancho's not really the counter-attacking winger. Sancho wants to get the ball down, interchange, 1-2s.
But like you said, we've got strikers in the wide areas. We're trying to change that because we have no creativity. Therefore, it's to cut in and shoot. We're trying to create. So that's why.
But there you go then. So, and this is what I'm talking about, the jigsaw puzzle. Okay,
Yeah,
we've got a jigsaw jigsaw puzzle here, but we're putting the wrong pieces in. Okay, we're trying to change. Do you know what it's like? Jerry, Steve, Tom? It's like what we're doing with our managers.
Yeah,
go from one extreme to another.
Yeah.
Do you know? And it's worrying. It's seriously worrying. I hate this team. I hate
how do we fix it? Because it's like you said, the jigsaw's forever going to be broken.
Yeah. Do you know what? Look, listen. I'm just a fan. Do you know what I mean? But I personally think, to me, you don't build a house with the roof. You start the foundations. You get your goalkeeper. You get the back five, the goalkeeper and the back four, solid. Okay, make them hard to beat.
He's bought like half the back five, no?
And they're still shit. So we've not won anything with them. We've got a fullback 50 million. We got rinsed from Crystal Palace. 50 million.
We got finesse.
For someone that's only had one season in the Premier League.
Oh, mate.
Harry Maguire, 85 million. Leicester still laughing at us. Okay. Luke Shaw was meant to be the next flipping Ashley Cole, but that never really happened. Okay, injuries, whatever, but still, so what? So, I'm looking at the back four now, and I look at Varane. It's such a mismatch. You know what I mean? Like, the fullbacks don't complement each other. The centre-backs, give them time. I suppose it can come good. But this is what I'm saying to you. So, it's not even about starting like, we can get Sancho in for Rashford. This is like, well, okay, like let's build a foundation like you would with a house, and then you build up. And we're not doing that. We're just saying he's good in that position. Go buy him.
That's what I think. They saw Wan-Bissaka's stats. They saw tackles, interceptions. Said, "Yep, he's English."
Intensity. They saw the intensity.
Jerry, all I'd say before we go to predictions, boys, all I'd say to Jerry is, when you talk about you don't want wide players cutting in and having a go, I'm going to give you two names: Mane and Salah.
I didn't say I don't want them.
No, you're saying you're trying to buy wide players because you're trying to get away from that.
Yeah,
but they're not wingers. Mane and Salah, they're not this inverted winger thing. They're just forward-minded players that come in on their way on their strong.
It's a bit different. We have strikers that they were like natural.
I don't think Marcus Rashford's a number 9. He's not.
No, but he was like not that he was. How do I say it? He's had to learn that, he's had to accept that he's a left winger now. So
he came out saying, "I don't want to play up front. I don't want to play up front." And he's my accent.
He knew he wasn't going to. He knew he wasn't going to. And
it's not good enough.
You have young Mason Greenwood who's got the footballing world at his feet. The guy's got tons and tons of ability, tons and tons of potential. You sign a player like Ronaldo and you shift him to right midfield, where he doesn't really want to play, but it's Ronaldo, so we will move because Ronaldo's there. You're going to bench Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, or Sancho. So Martial's an obvious choice to stick on the bench. Then you've got to bench one from the other three. That doesn't make for great harmony in the squad because all of those three players in their own right will expect to play.
Mm-hmm.
I can't disagree with you. I can't. Can't
I
disagree
think
with you, Steve.
fullbacks are a big thing as well because you see it with us, especially when Greenwood gets the ball out wide. It's less so with Rashford because Luke Shaw is okay at bombing on, but when Greenwood gets it out wide, everything just becomes so narrow and so centralised. It almost gets squeezed out because there's never an out ball. Greenwood can drag a fullback in and he looks right for the overlap and Ramsdale's covering so he can make a good slide tackle for the compilation. You need the fullback who can bomb on and create.
He does underlapping runs, which I think like you're just doing it for like you don't really believe what you're doing. You're just running.
Who's this?
Like Wan-Bissaka, he does these runs. I'm thinking, bro, where are you going? Like
Do you
they
know
were
what he's
never gonna
doing?
pass the ball to you because they don't believe in your source, bro. They don't.
He's doing shuttles, mate. Do you know shuttles when they go right? One, you sprint to the one corner, you sprint back. That's what he's doing, bro. Shuttles. That's it. He's like, all right, let me do a 10-yard sprint now. Look like I'm interested. Because do you know what? You can overlap with the intent, okay? Or you can do what Gary Neville done. You know, just run in a straight line and cause disruption.
Confusion. So the person can
that's it.
like,
you know, and let Beckham get his crossing. Listen, we're not. Like I said, I keep saying this. I hate this team, but I do love this club. But I just think,
guys, it's prediction time. It's prediction time because I'm on another one at 9:30, and I need to wrap this up, guys.
Wow, putting in the grind.
He's busy today,
busy today, mate. So, Jerry, predictions from you for the scoreline tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously my stream, I'm gonna stick with it. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game, and I think we'll edge it 3-2 United.
Tom?
I hate doing predictions, so I'll just go 6-1 Liverpool.
I agree with you, by the way. Case Slater, I agree with you, mate. Every word of that is true, that comment. Bobs, score from you, please.
I think 2-2.
Trying to justify United winning his head, then can find the reason.
I think a Desmond 2-2. Yeah,
Desmond 2-2.
Yeah, yeah. My heart. That's what my head says. But my heart is saying. That's what my head says. But no, my heart says we beat you guys 3-1. I'll crack the jokes.
My 6-1 claim isn't the most outlandish thing we've heard.
Listen, I'm not being funny. Listen, I cried when City came and bopped us 6-1. It is possible, mate. It is possible.
And only with a red card. I don't think they'd beat us 6-1 with 11, man. No way.
I think United score, but I think Liverpool get 2 or 3. Personally, I think we bring the quality, we win the game. There's too much quality in Liverpool's side when they're at it, and Liverpool's strengths are Manchester United's weaknesses, and you don't always get that, and that's a very direct competition. So sometimes Liverpool's strengths, which would be attacking, it goes directly against Chelsea's strengths, which is defending. So they kind of cancel each other out to some degree. But Manchester United's weakness is defending, and it happens to be Liverpool's strongest point. So for me, as a Liverpool fan, I'm hoping that those chickens come home to roost type of thing. So before we go, Jerry, where can we get you over the next couple of days? What are you up to?
Yeah, Twitter handle on the screen, JerryUTD_ on the Twitter. United Team Talk on the YouTube. Yeah, like I said, on Sunday we'll be live after the game, hopefully after a great win. And obviously we're not in Carabao Cup action next week. And then Tottenham in the City. So it's going to be a tough few weeks, but this is why we love football, man. So yeah, and Osman Talks United, obviously, as well.
Good, mate. Always a regular on here. Tom, where can we get you and what are you up to?
I don't know. I'm just panicking in case these hammers 3-0. Because I've made a couple of outlandish claims back in this team. And if certain man like Jordan Henderson decides he wants to be a dog chasing a ball for 90 minutes and leave poor Trent's exposed, a few things might come back to bite me.
So what are you up to stream-wise, and where can we find you?
I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. And @_Tom_ little __ on Twitter. If I'm going on anything, you'll find it there.
Sam. Bobs?
Yeah, Bits and Bob's YouTube channel. You can find me on Twitter Bobby Nwanze, BOBBY, NWA, and ZE. Also, stream-wise, every Monday I do the weekend wrap-up. Every Friday you should find me here. And yeah, listen, I mean, let's hope for a good game, though. I think it's not going to be a boring one because I honest to God think the front three of Liverpool really fancy it. I think this is a game that they are literally thinking we're gonna do you over here, And I think last time we played, did you guys not beat us 2-1 or 3-1?
4-2.
4-2, mate.
Yeah, I see. I was just trying to think about something else.
Right, so all I'll ask you guys from my point of view is tune in to Talk Sport tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Come on.
For a 15-minute pre-recorded section with me and Flex and the sports broadcaster. It was a bit of a chat between the three of us about the game. I was super gassed to do that. That's like a real treat for me. So please tune in. I'll post a link on my socials. It was good fun, and hopefully, it leads to other stuff because I am keen and I'm busy. So tune in, have a listen to that because it was a pretty good chat. So thanks for everyone that came tonight. Big up the panel, Jerry, Tom, and Bobs. Bobs, we need to see you more on the Friday, mate.
Sorry, mate.
We're playing football.
Slacking,
mate. Tom,
Slacking.
you're always welcome as ever, mate. Good account of yourself. And Jerry, my man, I've seen you twice tonight, so you're probably sick of the sight of me, fella. So we'll call it a night. And thanks for everyone. And you know what? Let's hope it is a good game, Bobs. You're right. And in the words of Jimmy Buller, who's the winner? Football needs to be the winner, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, United!
Go on, United!